So we had drawn this the other day. The angle of elevation from the top of an apartment block from a window in a nearby building is 28. So you're in the window, elevation is looking up, so the 28 degrees is right there. And the angle of depression looking down to the base was 34 degrees. So we label what we want to find. We want to find how tall the apartment block is, and I've labeled that with an X. We know that this height is 24, and we have two right triangles here. If we draw out those right triangles separately, if I draw the one with the 28 degrees first and the 90, I only know two pieces of information on that triangle. Right? I only know those two angles. I don't have enough information to solve anything on that blue triangle. If I draw the triangle, and I'll draw it in green with the 34, with this angle of depression was 34, and have a right angle triangle, I know that this side was 24. So on that triangle looking down, I can solve everything on that triangle. Because we learned in the previous section that once you have that information, you can use SOHCAHTOA, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, to solve for everything. We're not going to want to solve for everything. We could, but solving for everything takes more time than solving for just the most important pieces of information that we need. Okay? If I want to find x, which is the height of the building, can you see that if I find this y and add it to 24, I'm going to get x? Now the y is right here on my blue triangle. That's what I really want to find. But my blue triangle does not have enough info. What piece on the green triangle is shared by the blue triangle? The top. This is going to be important. Because if I find that, that's this line right here. That's the bottom of this triangle. And then I'll be able to solve for everything. So let's choose another letter. What letter do you guys want to pick? S. So now we can go to our green triangle and solve for x. Oh, I almost said x. Whew. So close. So our definitions, SOHCAHTOA. We look at this. We want to find s, given the angle 34. Because we're going to have to use that 34. S is our adjacent side. That right away tells us we are not going to use sine. And we've got to use TOA because the info we do have is the 24, and the 24 is right opposite, so we have to use tan. And now we write out the definition for tan. Tan of 34 degrees would be the opposite side over the adjacent side, which is our s. We want to get s by itself. It's in the denominator. Multiply both sides by s. Then divide both sides by tan 34. What we're going to get. Are you okay with doing those two steps at once? Multiplied both sides by s, and then divided both sides by tan 34. We would get s equals 24 over tan 34. Divided by tan 34. And we get s is 35.6. Dot, dot, dot. It's 35.58 actually. Maybe I should write 5.8 and show that I'm not going to round that until the end. Maybe we're going to need to store this. I'm not sure. Right now, anytime I'm unsure if I want to use it later, I'm going to hit the store button. And since we use the letter S, I'm going to hit my alpha button, S. And now S is stored as 35.58. So now I know that this is 35.58. Here I know that this is 35.58. And on my regular diagram, That's 35.58. Now on my blue triangle, I have enough information to get y. Here's the 28. I want to find y. The y is the opposite side. So katoa, I know that I'm going to use sine or tan. The 35.5 is the adjacent side. So it has to be tan the toa. Tan of 28, definition, is opposite, which is our y, over our adjacent, which was the 35.58. Multiply both sides by 35.58. Now, since the 35.58 is still the last thing in my calculator, I can just go times, and it'll automatically take that answer and times it by, what was it, tan of 28, thank you. If I had done other calculations in between, and I needed that 35.58, I could find it by going alpha s times tan 28, and it would tell me the same thing because we've stored s as that answer. So 18.9 is the value of y. The height of the building, then, we need to just add 24 to y, 42.9. And since it's a word problem, we'll end with a sentence. The height of the building is, what was it, 42.9? And what kind of units are we dealing with here? Feet? Meters? Feet. That's my final answer, so I like to circle my final answer.